Now let's begin the story.
That time, motherfuckers. Dub down, motherfuckers.
H-Town's finest 16 Shots podcast.
Stop lightning with the blam blam.
Recording is in progress.
Yeah, we definitely recording.
Yeah, man. But yeah, this is I used to take the kids. You know what I mean? My teens. I would tell them, hey, we're gonna go through my neighborhood one of these days. We're gonna go through when we get a chance. You know, whatever, man. I Spice Lane, blah blah blah. This I'm like, no, we're gonna go through my neighborhood one day. You know, and I took them down. I ain't take them. I took them to my middle school. And they was like, hey, Bug, don't open the door, Bug. That just don't keep going.
What school
don't
you
stop.
to?
Ryan. I only went to one middle school.
I feel like, but see, I feel like this shit wasn't that bad though, bro. Like it was
Ryan, James D. Ryan.
It was regular school. It wasn't no different than Darling.
It was 100% different from Darling.
All right, we're not doing this today.
Bro,
Right.
I'm just talking about.
Your hood
Hold
is
up,
harder
time
than
out.
mine, bro.
No.
You clearly forgot that line. Your hood ain't no harder than mine, nigga. We all thugging. But go ahead.
Hold on.
Your
What's
hood
the
is
cross-
100%.
Hold up. What's the cross street from Darling?
Oh shit, I don't know now. Whatever is there
Some
now,
houses.
wasn't there.
It was some houses always in the neighborhood.
Nigga, you from Third Ward, nigga. Third Ward was the place for black people back in the day. It was where we flourished, my nigga. It's literally called the Black River Oaks, bro.
Bruh, so if
I ain't got no skin in this fight, but I was told that the third ward was called Sugar Hill at one point.
Bro, Third Ward
they had a party. It's called Chicken Hill, yeah,
Ward
on the
is where
backside.
before we were allowed to go mingle with the others. That's where your doctors, your lawyers, your black businesses, all of that was there, bro. Like Third Ward is a nice area, of course.
The cap.
Nigga, your T lady owned duplexes in Third Ward. What are you talking about? Third Ward is a nice area, bro. The most hood on some real shit,
Okay.
on some real
All
shit, bro.
You talking crazy right now.
I'm not talking crazy. It ain't no real slums in the trade, bro. The worst.
What?
The worst living condition you truly gonna find outside. Of course, every neighborhood gonna have some rundown houses, bro.
What are you talking about?
The CUNY homes, my nigga.
That ain't the worst. That ain't even the worst.
What's the worst?
The bottom, bro.
Nigga, the bottoms is just some ran down houses, bro. The bottoms ain't bad, nigga.
What are you talking about, bro?
It's bad because the niggas in the area be plexing and tripping and doing the bad shit.
You
Come
are
on,
tripping
bro.
right now, bro.
I'm
You know
seriously
what?
tripping.
Do you know what row houses are? Do you know what row houses are?
Nigga, of course I know what the row
I
houses
know you
are.
know. I know you know. Do you know that they had row houses from 288 all the way to U of H? Every house was a row house from 288 all the way to U of H. It's all row houses. Ain't nothing row houses. That means it's 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom houses and ain't bigger than apartment complexes. Houses ain't no apartment complexes in Third Ward. It's all rundown houses, bro. The crack epidemic. Come on, man. I ain't gonna even have a conversation. But yeah, you tripping, man. I'm not saying the people are hard. I'm just saying that the conditions, the living conditions in Third Ward were totally different.
The living conditions in Third
Dowling,
Ward were no different than Fifth Ward, Cashmere,
Stop
Gardens.
the cap, man.
How is the cap, nigga?
Because, man, so if that's the case, then if they all the same and they ain't different, then why is it that they put so much money into rebuilding and they gentrify in certain areas? If it's all the same, we're gonna do it the same.
If you want to keep it a buck, all this shit then got gentrified, bro. So that's not no evidence of anything.
What you mean? Have you been through Fifth Ward lately?
Nigga, where the fuck I stay, bug?
Have you been down Line Street lately?
Where the fuck
I asked you a question,
I live,
bro.
nigga?
Have you been
So
down
if you
Line Street?
answer exactly where I live, I go down lines once a day. What are you talking about?
Okay, so do you think that Lions look the same as Cleburne?
All of that shit is gentrified now.
I asked you a question though, and you say, I give you a direct question. You gave me a general answer.
I'm not giving you a general answer. My direct question is, it's all been gentrified, bro.
It hasn't all been gentrified, bro. It hasn't.
When last time you been in Fifth Ward?
I was in yesterday.
All right, so what it look like?
It looked like, well, what part are you talking about? I started off.
It's
I
a
started
mixture
Lions.
of both.
I started
It's a mixture
Lions.
of both, from Lions to Gregg Street. It's a mixture of hood and gentrified places. The same situation when you go to Third Ward. It's the same shit, bro. Ain't no hood in Houston, and it's on some real shit, bro. I'm from Heron Clark. Heron Clark was a nicer hood. Matter of fact, there are some spots on the south side that are nicer. Heron Clark was nicer. Some parts of the Southwest was nicer, bro. It ain't nowhere you truly can navigate in Houston, and these niggas over here is really just that much harder or these living conditions is that much worse than anywhere in the city, bro. Everywhere in the city, all these hoods have a mixture of both decent middle class homes to rundown homes, bro. 100%.
No.
I can agree with that I don't know about historically, but looking at it now, because I'm moving around in Houston. I ain't from here, so when I see a lot of the different places, I agree with that. But it's like New Orleans. New Orleans is that same way, because you have like 2 blocks of hood and then go 2 blocks over and it's like $1 million homes.
Yeah.
And it's pockets. But, I've been to some of the schools with AAU tournaments and being there with them athletes, and all of those neighborhoods have bad spaces, man. But anything close to the interstate is going to get eaten up anyway in gentrification, because, they trying to put whatever's closest for them people to get to the hospital district or, downtown. So all of that's going to get eaten up. But, these kids are a little bit different only because of the music. It ain't really their living conditions no more.
I can very much have we can have a whole pod about the history of Houston and areas and why things are certain ways. The difference I would say you're talking about historically, the reason why U of H, TSU, and Rice and some of these places are where they are is because they were run down places, and that's where the land was cheap. So they bought cheap land in places that were run down, and all they did was they never invested in the land around the land. So that's why historically, TSU, U of H around there has been high crime rates, low income area, way lower than Hearn Clark, way lower than Fifth Ward, way lower than, because they're literally putting no money there for years and years and years. Now the gentrification you're talking about is not them coming in and putting businesses, it's them coming in and buying up the land again and repurposing it. But as far as, and it's not, and that process takes so long in Third Ward because those houses have been run down and owned by Black people who died off, and now their kids got it, and they got to go through a process. They can't just sit like they can in a Hearn Clark or into other areas outside the loop, because those properties have been maintained better. There wasn't a very cognizant mindset to be like, we're gonna run this down. They 100% decided we're gonna run Alameda Genoa, not Alameda Genoa, Alameda. We're gonna run that down. We're gonna let that run down because that was the pipeline to Houston. You couldn't get into Houston without going down Alameda. Then they created 288, and that was like, okay, so we're not putting no businesses. So all those businesses, all that stuff, that's been there for 50 years. That's what you're talking about in the 50s when it's Sugar Hill. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, that's crack land.
Right.
60s, 70s, as heroin, crack, drugs run down for 40-some years. So saying that it's gentrified or saying that it's no harder or it's a totally different level. You talking about an abandoned part of town. All that.
So
they just start
putting, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. And so I don't know the exact street that they lived on, but my uncle and my cousins, they lived in Third Ward. They literally owned a duplex in Third Ward, bro, near Cleburne. I ain't saying that it wasn't hood, but I'm saying it wasn't run down, bro. It wasn't.
What side Cleburne you talking about?
Nigga, I just said I don't know. I don't remember the street. But all I'm saying is it wasn't.
TSU's on Cleburne.
What I'm saying is, bro, it's not. It wasn't like the worst area ever, bro. It was actually nice. It was nice. It's always been nice pockets at Third Ward.
It's nice pocket. The nice pockets you might be talking about in neighborhood is because there's no zoning in Houston, so you can have nice pockets.
That's not that's not the debate, though, Book.
That's the facts, and not the debate. That's the fact.
I'm simply just stating that it's Houston, bro. It ain't no. Bro, ain't no hood just that much. First off, it really ain't the slums in Houston. I went to middle school in Fourth Ward, bro. So if you truly ask me the truth, I feel like Fourth Ward was more run down than actual Third Ward. If you want to keep it being.
Where is that?
Fourth Ward is near downtown. I don't know how to explain it. Book probably can explain the actual geography better, but it's near downtown. It's off like West Gray Street, all of that near.
They call it Uptown now.
Yeah, it's Uptown now.
I agree with you, Dub.
But
the part of Fourth Ward you're talking about?
It's Uptown now, but 20 years ago, you know what I'm saying? Actually, when they started building them high rises, you know, them people could afford to live in them, but they was too scared to walk to the corner store that still was over there. So, I think it was similar to they actually had the row houses there too. It was similar to it.
Exactly. I'm saying, but that part right there that you're talking about, that is an entire that is from 288 all the way behind Ryan, the Emancipation Park. Is way more space of that. Like I agree with you. Fourth Ward was very, very hood. If we talk, I'm not talking about hood in the mentality, I'm talking about the demographic and the way people living and the cost of living. What I'm saying, it was way more. It's a bigger spot in Third Ward of that, and then it is because it's more people. Like I said, I could tell you that the space of these places that are like Fourth Ward. Fourth Ward was run down, yeah, in the 80s and 90s, but all of Emancipation Park, all that, Bryan, all that, to this day right now is still run down. They had to tear that stuff down. It's like now it's just patches and nothing there now because it was so run down they couldn't. It was like, we can't rebuild this. They just tore it down. But that also comes from perspective of somebody who goes through different neighborhoods a lot to get to see it. So my perspective might be a little different because I'm going through there.
But you think
once
you
a week.
go through more neighborhoods than I do, though, bro. You just have a different perspective because you from the Trey and you want to make it seem like that part of Houston was more run down. It's pockets of that everywhere. It's people from the Southwest that can tell you that the Southwest was more run down than that. Like my T lady,
where?
But literally, my T lady.
Hey, hold on. You know, working in A-Leaf, book. I ain't from A-Leaf, but I moved to A-Leaf when I came to Houston. In the time that I've been in Houston since 2006, A-Leaf has gotten worse economically. All of them apartments are terrible. And you know, with my job as a person that does social services, I got to go in the houses.
Yeah.
It's some apartments in A-Leaf right now that shouldn't even be standing. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a few sections of Houston, and I can say A-Leaf has some of the poorest conditions that I've seen, but also some of the wealthiest, because when you look at the way that, like, if you're going off of Kirkwood over there by the country club,
yeah,
blocks down, you in apartments that's 2 years away from being demolished.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I don't know why that is, but A-Leaf is poor in the black pockets, close to Elsick, close to Hastings. All of the apartments that fill in and feed them schools, them people poor, man. Like, and they pour like on a whole nother level, because those apartments remind me of like New Orleans projects, like the Florida and the Desire and stuff that they tore down in New Orleans. That's how them apartments remind me of.
I agree.
I used to work, for the company me and Bug used to work for. We don't mention. I worked at the international office for a little while. And part of the job function was once a month you had to take the international refugees is what they call them. They come in. A lot of these people would be from Africans, places like that, and we would set them up in these apartment complexes. So these apartment complexes we would go set them up in were on the Southwest.
But not A-Leaf though. I know you're talking about.
It wasn't A-Leaf, but it was over there. Where all the trappers and all of that go. We riding around with the van. We rolled through the broken gates. I'm like, shit. This was my first time over there. Like, this where they bring you up?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Well, but
the refugee people, they was man, they was so happy, and I get it now that I'm older. Like, it was like, this is what we living in. This a mansion for us. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I'm like, well, damn. A nigga just died over there yesterday. They selling number crack over here today, but
But see, that's the difference I'm talking about, because I'm like, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, it wasn't no apartment complexes in Third Ward. To this day, it really ain't no apartment complexes in Third Ward.
Yeah, but see, you glossing over the fact that it's not any apartments, because there were actually. Like it actually flourished, bro. It was nice houses.
Nah, bro.
I'm gonna tell you why. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell you why that's. I'm gonna tell you why that's cap. Because when my T lady came to Houston, she moved to Fourth Ward with her aunt, and my other uncles that lived in Third Ward, they moved to Third Ward. They stayed in a nice middle class home in a nice middle class community. So both Fourth Ward and Third Ward was even then in the '60s. It was nice. There was nice pockets of it.
There were pockets,
and then it was other pockets like anywhere they weren't as nice. So it all depends on where.
You're skipping over the part. What I'm saying,
skipping over anything. It all depends on where you are able to land, Bug. It's gonna be good and bad in every hood.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you're talking. What I'm saying is the conditions. Like I said, when you talk about the amenities and the conditions, like All that combined, and it's not a third ward thing. It's just an inner city Houston. Third ward and fifth ward are mirrors of each other. The difference between third ward and fifth ward is that fifth ward is closer to downtown, and fifth ward has a backside that's prominent. A whole backside that's not even that whole backside of fifth ward is not even. It's a high end place, right? The backside of third ward is that way on the bayou, where you're talking about those prominent places, but everything else in third ward is low income. You're talking about duplexes. The reason why they bought a duplex in third ward because it was dirt cheap, bro. Because it was dirt cheap. It was dirt. I'm talking about they already know it. Like, man, this is crack town. No one would buy this, man. Anybody can come get this. $20,000, you're gonna have a fourplex, man.
Yeah, if you want to tell the truth, historically, Houston is cheap. Period.
So you think that you can buy a fourplex in the Southwest for the same price as third ward?
Right now?
Yes, right now.
Actually, right now it's going to be higher in third ward.
It's going to be high. Why? Because
the location of the land.
Because they realize that, hey, they're coming back and saying, hey, the time has come. Everything has come around like we wanted to. This is because city design and planning is a real thing, right? They know what the trend is going to be. They know how things happen. The reason why Yates is where Yates is because they knew, okay, this is where the Jewish people are right now. The mosque moved, they moved out. Let this die out. We're gonna come back. Like it's a pattern. They don't do this stuff with it. They don't just go buy stuff. They have city planners and they have 15, 20, 30-year plans. So they know what's going down. So this whole thing is understood. The way that things are going and the way this gentrification is not, it didn't happen over one day. It was planned 50 years ago.
I think everything that you're explaining right now, and we can move on, is the same. We're saying the same thing. It's okay. We're saying the same thing, Book. You got it.
It's not about me getting it. It's just about the narrative.
No, I'm saying you got it. We're saying the same thing.
Anyway, what y'all mad about today, man? Because I seen Kevin Gowdy kept telling about.
Look, man, me and Bug was going back and forth in the DM, right?
You gonna go back and forth with Bug? It's a
man. Look, the dude is argumentative, but I respect it because he stand on what he believes, so I'm cool with it, right?
Yeah.
So me and him was having. I sent him a picture of his man. I ain't gonna say his name because that's his man. You know, he love his music. He love everything he do. But he had on a shirt that said, "White Lives Matter."
Yeah.
It said "White Lives Matter."
White Lives Matter, my guy.
I'm assuming it ain't Button.
No, it's not Button because I fool with Button. He just say stupid shit sometimes.
Yeah, he do.
So we'll just go ahead and say Kanye had a shirt on that said "White Lives Matter."
Oh yeah, Kanye is his Jesus, bro.
Hey,
Stop the cat, man.
Had this conversation because you like Ye so much.
No, we can't. We can be honest, bro. I'll never just make up lies, and I'm just saying. First,
I don't think you make up lies. I think you stand on what you believe. Yeah. I just don't agree with it. But the point that I was trying to make, and it's hard to get that in the characters, because Boog was like, he had to see the context of it.
Yeah. Some
stuff don't have no context because you got to look at it as counterproductive to what was going on. When you see people on the ground, and even the organization that you fool with, y'all are on the ground, organization. Y'all with the people. Y'all touch the people that the Black Lives Matter slogan matters for.
Yeah.
Not that we say, like, when we trying to get people to understand what Black Lives Matter, and not the organization, but the meaning behind that statement.
Yeah.
Is because we feel devalued. We feel like they treat us like rats. Mm-hmm. They want to exterminate us. And when I say they, I mean the power structure, whether they white, black, or whatever, the ones who have more money than us that don't give a shit about poor people. Mm-hmm. Mostly white, but they do have other races too, as we see, i.e. Kanye. The reason why it's detrimental because they'll allow him to come in and break off pockets because he separates us. Because
does he?
He does. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
With that statement,
he
comes in, and you can have your affiliation to your political party because all of them bullshit. You just got one that slings the less bullshit. So when he was doing the Trump thing, the thing that I thought was dangerous about Trump was the fact that I felt like he was trying to be a dictator. Because we've had Republicans, man. We old enough to have Republicans and Democratic presidents, and we saw poverty and money in both. So when I look at this, I'm saying you got to look at the other stuff he's doing, the long game that he played. You know what I mean? Like people was like, oh, look at Obama appointed all of these people. Yeah, but look at the people Trump appointed that's trying to make sure that the pedophilia walks through, and then they're gonna blame it on somebody else. He's placing people. So when Kanye come with this White Lives Matter thing, that is directly a spit in the face of all the black people that was wrong, saying Black Lives Matter. You know, it's not saying that white lives don't matter. We all know white lives matter. It's been mattering our whole goddamn lives.
Yeah.
But it's counterproductive to the movement of the Black Lives Matter by saying that. You could have said anything. You could have said, I love everybody. Why do you have to say white lives matter and put it on your shirt? And then turn around and take a picture with Candace Owens, who hates black people. And she has a white shirt on with the black letters that says white lives matter.
Yeah.
So now you're doing this buffoonery right here, man. Like,
see, that's why I'm saying it goes too far. Y'all be going too far with the. All
right, what time out? If it, all right, explain it. Explain it to us, then, bro.
Okay, so this is what I said. This is what I told Mr. The great K.Cooks. I said, well, let me see. Let me see how this plays out and see what the reason is behind it is first. But then I also was like, to me, because like we quick to throw words at Kanye or people like Kanye and be like, oh, they coons, they sell out. So I'm like, to me, the Migos sell out, bro. To me, Soulja Boy sell out. To me, like 85% of these rappers are the cooniest thing you've ever seen. You can't look me in the eye as a black man and tell me you proud of anything Gucci Mane has ever done.
All right, cool. I get that part. Nah, we talking about Kanye and the white lives.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that selective morality that we use towards one person, if it's so bad for him to do that, like you can be quick to jump on. Okay, yeah, he did this and this bad. I'm not saying that you're wrong or anything. I'm just saying this is how we react to things. But I'm asking y'all, is there anything Gucci Mane has ever done that's like, I'm proud of Gucci Mane? Like, can you look at Gucci Mane and be like, that's a representation of black people in any way positive?
Well, let me answer that, and I'm pretty sure my man gonna say that something similar. When I'm looking at these artists, right? Mm-hmm. It's the same thing when I look at Francis Ford Coppola, or all of these other dudes, or Sylvester Stallone. Mm-hmm. That's a part. You know what I mean? Like, you have people
that's a coon ass part, though.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. We could say that this is coon, this is coon, this is coon, and that's only because we want people to do what we want them to do. I don't want Kanye to do nothing but be Kanye. I'm speaking specifically on being the antithesis of a movement just to say something, just to gain attention.
Then what is Gucci Mane doing?
Huh?
What's Gucci Mane?
Gucci Mane is rapping though, bro.
No, stop it. Stop the cap, man.
Gucci just rapping. Gucci ain't come out and say something purposely.
Yes, he did. Gucci Mane came out and told you it's good to shoot niggas. Gucci Mane called every female everything. But time out. Yes, he has.
What does that have to do with the Black Lives Matter movement, bro?
So that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, because there's a movement called Black Lives Matter, and because of this thing right here that we're passionate about, we'll say, well, you can't attack that anyway. But you can attack the core of our existence. You can.
Who said that, though?
I'm not saying you said that, but I'm saying that's what comes out. If look, you're looking at it from the eyes of a black person. I'm looking at the eyes from the world. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at it because if I was saying this is a black person, oh yeah, that does. But if I'm looking at it from the eyes of the world, I'm like, dang. These hold up. See, I'll let you finish. Let me finish. These other guys, 100%. You have to detach yourself from them people to say, oh, them just characters, to even make it make sense. But then when Kanye did something, it's like, oh, he's anti. No, it can't be this.
Well, hold on, talking about. That's why we're asking. If you're saying Kanye just being a character with the White Lives Matter shirt, then just say he's just being a character.
We don't even know what it is yet. That's why I'm saying.
It's certain shit. Like for instance, right? I know what your organization does, right? Mm-hmm. I fool with it. I support it. I do all of that. Now, if I came out in the same area that you was in, and did the opposite of what you was doing, just for spite, or just to draw attention to something, that wouldn't be right. And that's all I'm saying. Like, if you believe, I believe white lives matter. I believe Black lives matter. Mm-hmm. I believe all lives matter. But I wouldn't come out and say that just to spite Black Lives Matter, because on the stage that he's on, it is automatically going to cause confusion. And sometimes you don't kick dust up on certain stuff. He could have did whatever he thinking or whatever he got going on. He could have did it without saying White Lives Matter. He's an attention whore, and in this situation, and I'm not talking about his music. I'm not even talking about the fact that he got up there and begged Donald Trump to give him a hug, and Donald Trump looked at him like he had like shit on his face. Mm-hmm. I'm saying we knew what was going down with the Black Lives Matter movement. We knew they did the All Lives Matter movement to spike the Black Lives Matter movement. And I'm not talking Black Lives Matter organization. I ain't giving no money to that.
So how you know he ain't? What I'm saying, if I said let me see it played out, but like I said let me see it play out a little bit, because like I said, if they come out tomorrow and he say, man, I was just shooting a slug at XYZ homeboy because our boy been stealing money the whole time. If they say that, what you gonna say then? You shouldn't say it like that.
I still want to say he shouldn't have did it that way. He should.
That's what I'm saying.
What he meant.
I agree with you, but I'm saying that's just how we feel. That's not if you can't tell somebody how to express their feelings.
For the same reason why you say that Gucci Mane and all of these dudes are cooning is the same reason I can say that.
Yeah. So, but okay,
what's going on?
So what? So you okay? So I agree with you 100%. So would you say that if we say that they doing the same thing in different ways, we can say that, right?
Yeah, we can say what they're doing is detrimental to something in a certain way. I'm just, you know.
Do you think that the outcry, like what I'm saying, like for years, it's not me talking. This is really just, like I said, this is from the outside looking in. You don't think that other races look at our quote unquote heroes or our champions and be like, that's what they cool with?
I think you got to acknowledge when people change behavior as well, though. So like when our hip hop icons age, if you want to call Gucci an icon, I don't, but to some people he is. Like with growth and age, Gucci is also grown. So now his music that he puts out, he ain't talking about killing everybody all the time. Gucci's actually been putting out positive music saying put the guns down. If you listen to what he's saying. You can't say stop. You can't say
he got one song, man.
Okay, it's a start, bro.
But
after 25 years.
But you're also
so what time out? So you mean to tell me no one can change behavior?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying that.
But now you're putting caveats to it.
No, I'm saying that you're trying to qualify somebody by one move over 25 years.
It's not just one move, though, bro.
What it is? He just had to apologize for what he did last year. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Apologized. He just apologized.
You have a right to change at any point.
I agree.
Because look, I've been following Kanye since he first came in the game, right? When he was doing beats for Puff. Mm-hmm. I've been I like Kanye. Mm-hmm. Kanye was the guy that got up with President Bush speaking for my people, was like, the president don't care about black people. New Orleans people were suffering with Hurricane Katrina. He came up and stood on that. Man, I celebrated dude. He's done the 360 of what you saying. You saying Gucci can't change and do that, but Kanye changed and did the other. He went from being a champion for black people to basically saying, and let's look at everything in totality.
Yeah.
He comes up there with a White Lives Matter. Do you see him fuck with black women? No. Now, did you recognize that he went from having a Chicago accent, at one point he had a London accent when he was wearing them contacts and shit?
I mean, people fuck up.
But that's my point.
Now people fuck up.
But everybody does, though. That's all I'm trying to make.
But what I'm saying is,
depends on which do I think that everything Gucci Mane did musically is helpful to us? No. Absolutely not. But I also know that there are certain artists that are whatever character they play or whoever they are, their persona, that doesn't mean that they do that at home. And when they're at home, they may be given to the communities because they play a role just like every actor. It's just in hip hop, we expect the hip hop artist to be real because that's how we've been conditioned. If you say, you King Kong, then you got to be King Kong 100% of the day.
All day, every day.
Every day. So,
which is stupid, but yeah.
But we have the only genre of music that use our artists up, make them be as real as they can and be crash dummies. And then when they crash out, we don't fuck with them.
Now watch this. On top of all the things we just said, where was he at when he did this? What was the setting of this where he did this?
When who did what?
Kanye.
Yeah, Fashion Week or some shit, right?
Yeah, Paris Week. Candace Owens.
Candace Owens has been anti everything black power.
Nah, she ain't. She just different, man. She just different. It's another thing. This is the thing about black people and the way we see things. Sometimes we have a polarizing view of things, right? Like sometimes
I wasn't
not you. I'm saying Jim. I'm saying, but sometimes we feel like, because Candace Owens got on stage with Big Mike, T.I., and several other black dignitaries and was talking, and of course, because of what she said, they were like blah 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 blah. And Killer Mike had to stop the crowd and be like, y'all stop doing that. because the exact conversation she's having is word for word the same thing that Farrakhan says. Y'all don't like the messenger. Like some of the things she says, like she has her views that somehow I agree, somehow I don't. But I don't think she's anti-black. She says things that make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole anti-democrat rant started with her saying we've been giving our votes to Democrats all these years for no reason, and that started with her.
But every dictator, every leader, every shit, Jeffrey Dahmer made sense to somebody because people are going to attach themselves to certain things. I'm not saying that she doesn't have a point. I think Charleston White has a lot of great points. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying when you do something counterproductive to a movement that's empowering people, I don't give a shit what your message was. It's dimming the light on that in order to shine it on you, which goes back to his narcissistic point of view, which is not good for us. That's it. It's not a good point of view no matter what you're doing, because if I take light off of something that's positive just to put on myself, I didn't do the people no favor.
We gotta wait though. We gotta wait. That's like we had to wait for Gucci Mane. Like, and I'm just saying Gucci Mane because it's his name. But when Gucci Mane was doing the verses with Jeezy,
yeah, when he did the Pookie Low line,
we had to wait to see. We all waited to see. Well, like Dub was saying, Gucci Mane.
He immediately regretted that shit. Literally that night he was like, I shouldn't have did this shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. Before it came, this is a 2-week, 3-week buildup. Everybody's, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? We had to wait to see what's he gonna do. He had a chance to show his growth. What did he do when it was time to show? He did whatever he did, right? And then afterwards, he didn't apologize to last week. When that first time I heard him apologize, because that's why he came out with the thing last week when he's like, that's why he said stop killing. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't hear him say nothing about being sorry. In fact, I read what he said, I'll do it again the night after. He wasn't sorry for it. In
what he did based on whatever girl we just said, what's her name?
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens.
Yeah.
In what she stands for and what most of us stand for, a self-defense act is a self-defense act.
Yeah.
He man was in self-defense of himself. I was living in Atlanta at the time. I hadn't moved to Houston yet when that happened.
Yeah. They
ran in the apartment and got at him. So he defended himself, which is the reason why he got off, was stand your ground.
But he had to come in and I'm glad your partner dead. And he didn't do all that. He didn't. And he did it. And he did that. What I'm saying is that we had to wait and see what he was going to do, and then wait to see how he's going to react. And now at this point, he's like, I shouldn't have done that. I apologize, which is, I agree.
For the record, actually, that night, he put a statement out and said he shouldn't have said that shit, bro. At that night, he put a statement out and said he regretted saying that shit. The whole point of that verses going on, period, to certain people, and I don't know if it's, I don't know how you feel about it, the fact that them two dudes got on stage and nothing happened was growth. Because apparently when that shit happened, that divided Atlanta, my nigga. Divided Atlanta. And therein lies the problem right there, bro. We had this conversation most times. It's funny how we quantify and qualify certain things. Like you telling me that it's growth in the city that two people who are artists, who are famed and put on because of their ability to make music, to empower people, that we can't even sit in the same room and make music because we've let this art become we say the same
real.
thing.
They didn't have an art problem, bud.
Yeah,
they had a life problem.
But we say the same thing. But hold on, time out, bud. We say the same thing about two political parties, that it's growth, that these people who are paid to be public servants can actually sit down and have a conversation about policies for the people that they serve.
How? No, false. What you mean? They do it every day. They do it every day.
That's what the whole January 6th shit was about, bro.
Time out, bro. We live in the United States of America, and not only that, every country has a political system where they sit in the same room and they talk about it and they argue about it every day and go home and drink, and after every single day they sit in the same room.
Why?
Every single day.
Explain one thing. Explain why we ain't got rid of filibuster then.
Because they couldn't agree.
Okay.
They can't agree. But they sit in the same.
They sit in the same spot because they're getting paid $200,000 a year.
100%.
Yeah, but they sit in the same spot. They created a system where they can we
all work with people we don't like, but
that's what I'm saying.
Jeezy and Gucci don't work together.
No,
I want to say Jeezy and Gucci was on the same label.
No,
They just on the same song.
No. Jeezy and Gucci and So Icy. Who signed Gucci?
Gucci was signed to something Cat at the time, but that wasn't. Jeezy had his own thing.
Yeah,
he wasn't signed to that.
Because So Icy came out on So Icy Entertainment. I know that.
Yeah, but the beef was Jeezy said, I don't know how true that was. Jeezy was like, basically that song was supposed to be his. He paid for the studio time and did all that because I think him and Gucci was cool.
Yeah.
Jeezy didn't want that song to come out because he was trying to protect his brand and he didn't think that was good for his brand. And Gucci just did it because he felt like the song was gonna pop.
Yeah.
Now
it
did. But me as a listener, if you look at Gucci, anything that then popped out of Atlanta, not named T.I. or Ludacris, came through Gucci.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
True.
Gucci should be somebody's top executive in the company because his musical ear, like he can spot hits. They just had a disagreement over who was gonna be the hit, and at the time, Jeezy was still in the streets, and it boiled over, and they had a real life problem because Jeezy went on the radio and was like, "Hey man, anybody bring me that nigga chain? I got 20 grand for you."
And that's what I'm saying. And once again, we're going from
it was like 20, 21.
Yeah. Okay, I agree.
Past that.
Yeah, I agree. But I think that some of the conversation, I mean, it boils down to how we relate and how we deal with each other as people. That's what it all comes down to.
I can agree with most things, but as far as my point of view with this, it has nothing to do with that because if you look at my text messaging right now, I'm texting Joe, he's white. I'm texting Ted, he's Native American. You know, my grandmother had white, my sister's mixed. I don't have a problem with color. I have a problem with anybody, no matter what the movement is. If it's a peaceful movement, I don't want to interrupt that. Yeah. Not to bring light onto myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you were doing something and said, hold on, man, I'm gonna bring this back, then that's different. But you can't interrupt what somebody else is doing just to shine on you because you want to sell some clothes. That devalues things. And then and like I said, look at it right now, right? Because I'm pretty sure you see the commercials. Every commercial that people are running for office now, the first thing that they say, I want to fully fund the police.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All it is code for, man, fuck these niggas. I know what they keep saying is Black Lives Matter shit. We ain't doing that. And it's feeding right into the stuff. You think that it's an accident that Kanye do this shit in the prelims right now? This is the time when they getting us to start voting and he's helping out whatever party he's on, man. He ain't did nothing.
This man in Paris, man.
Man, it don't matter. He getting
man in Paris, man, in Fashion Week, man.
What they got to do with anything? He's in Paris in Fashion Week, and every photo, every camera he's in front of is going to be hitting United States social media and all of that. Yeah. So whatever statement he makes in Paris, it's a statement to U.S. or wherever he's from, bro. He's a worldwide celebrity. So he's gonna get notoriety from wherever he's at. It don't matter if he was in Paris or Chicago. It's the same shit, same message, same platform that he has.
Well, like I said, I'm not passing judgment on the positive or negative side before I see, I just want to see.
But that's funny because you passed judgment on the Black Lives Matters on the negative side because people were marching.
When? How?
Because people were marching, and the first thing that came out of your mouth was niggas don't know what they're marching for.
They don't.
How do you know that?
Because it's facts, bro.
How do you know that?
Facts.
How do you know that?
You know why? I know it's facts because when it came down to it, and when questions started getting asked, bro, they were like, people didn't know that Black Lives Matter was even an organization.
But I told you about that.
That's totally unfair because the people who organized that thing took that from underneath what was really going on, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Don't have nothing to do with the movement. They did that, and that was wrong on them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
The people were marching about political issues for Black Lives. When they saw George Floyd die and other people or other victims, they were marching for that. They weren't marching for the actual organization Black Lives Matter. Right. They literally were marching saying, our Black Lives Matter. So for you to say niggas are stupid, they don't know what they're marching for, it's kind of fucked up.
No, it's not, because what I'm saying, watch this. What I'm saying is this. You look, your commentary and the commentary y'all are giving me is valid and it's true. It makes sense. But what my responses are not coming from the same space that y'all are coming from. I'm coming from the space of saying, yeah, man, I understand everything you're saying. yeah, it has some validity to it, but it's a bigger picture. It's a way bigger picture, a huger picture than just how black people feel about something or how black people see something. That's why I keep saying they will know what they marching for. Because when other races do things, when other cultures do things, it's not reactionary. They understand. Okay, well, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get behind this, that, and that, because I understand that there's a chain of actions has to happen. I don't just go do something.
So explain to other countries. So explain to the people in other countries who united and actually marched to support the movement of Black Lives Mattering in America and other countries.
Everywhere in the world, they marched saying around the world, they marched for Black Lives Matter.
So you're saying all those people don't know what they're marching for?
I didn't say that.
Do.
I didn't say that.
You know, but we don't. But everybody don't know.
No, I didn't say that. I said that the people in the U.S. didn't know what they're marching for, and I said that because once again, I can show you and give you proof that we say this and we do this, but the end result is this.
So
like I said,
the
proof is people were saying. People was like Black Lives Matter. People gave X amount of millions of dollars to Black Lives Matters, and now as time, which is the great teller of everything, time is the answer to everything. No matter what you want to say, time is going to tell you what makes sense. And we come now. What's going on, what's going on, Black Lives Matter?
We already made the statement that a lot of these people who were marching had no affiliation with the actual Black Lives Matter organization.
Then how did Black Lives Matter get $17 million then?
Listen to what
That's the organization, bro.
How they get it though?
Because people was donating to it. It wasn't just
why
black
would they donating to it?
It was white people donating to it.
Yeah, but why was it? So you telling me
everybody was donating to it.
So you telling me that people was donating to Black Lives Matter?
Nigga, you vote, you give money to fucking United Negro College Fund. I don't know no black person got no money from the United Negro College Fund.
I don't know how to get money. Do I get the money?
But I'm saying.
I think I did it. It was on my check on accident one time.
They did, but they did that shit. The people who started the organization basically went in and did some underhanded shit and started taking money.
I agree.
And they did underhanded. So they themselves devalue what was going on, at least try. When we look at the original dude who started that shit, dead. The dude from St. Louis, I forget his name, but it was a young cat. He was organizing all of that stuff from the ground up. So when we look at people and say, because I see you say it all the time, you be like when we talk about Jay-Z and his organization, you be like, he got a snitch on that. That woman was a civilian, and yeah, she got caught into some stuff, so she's a snitch by street rules. Some of that stuff to me, when I look at it, is people that start off bad that do good, and people that start off good that do bad. And that's just the way life works, because sometimes people get messages messed up, and some people prefer fame, some people prefer money, and some people really be out here trying to get it.
Yeah.
The average person who was really trying to get it for Black Lives Matter wasn't even aware that there was an actual organization, because remember, the question was, where's this money going? People donate money, where's it going to? But she ain't getting nobody out of jail. You know what I'm saying? They ain't bail nobody out. Where the money going to? And they ain't have no answer for it. Then she pop up with 3 mansions and 17 cars. You know what I'm saying? So I had questions about the organization, but we're not talking about the organization. We're talking about the movement.
And that's what I was saying. What I'm saying that people don't know what they're talking about or what they're doing, because I'm saying, and let's have an honest conversation. We're not an informed people. Y'all don't care how you want to take it, bro. I don't care how you feel about it, man. You can huff and puff, man. But nigga, facts is facts, bro.
Hey, man,
facts
I
is
told
facts.
You about that shit. I'm in Houston now. What I'm saying
facts
is this,
is
though.
Facts, man.
The United Way. It's the same thing with the United Way. When Hurricane Harvey came, everybody across the world was donating to the United Way to help out Houston, right?
Yeah.
What was the biggest knock in Houston? The biggest knock in Houston was, we don't know where that money going. They ain't helping us. Well, my thing is this. People gave to United Way because the United Way saying, hey, we're helping these relief victims in Houston for X, Y, and Z. We know they passed out some plates of food. I'm pretty sure that they did some things in Houston as well. With the Black Lives Matter thing, a lot of black people were hurt about what happened, and there was a movement started where people were marching in the name of Black Lives Matter. So people went out, they marched, they did that piece. I understand what you're saying about the actual organization. Everybody didn't know the origins of the organization. There had been grumblings about misuse of funds with that organization a little bit before the marches started. But to say that the people who were actually marching didn't know what they were marching for, it's kind of a slap in the face. Because
I said they don't understand. Okay, but see, you frame it how you want to frame it, bro. I'm telling you what I'm saying.
Let me finish, Book. I'm saying these were your words. You said no. These were your words. Me and you had an independent conversation. Your words were, "Niggas don't know what they marching for." That's what you said.
They don't, bro. It's facts. It's facts, bro. How are you arguing with the fact that black people are not where they're supposed to be at, man?
Listen to what I'm saying.
What are you arguing though? You trying to tell me, you trying to specify to one point, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you that we can all agree that black people are not where they're supposed to be. That's not in question.
But that doesn't that is nuanced, because as a people, I don't care how much we think we have power, we really don't, because we don't control money.
Because we don't work together, bro. Because we don't work together.
That's what I'm getting at. So you keep saying this about us and we not united and we not doing that. We've never been united because it's always been a divisive nature. It's always been something, Kanye, that comes in and divided. He's not the only one. It's always something. It's always somebody in every organization. There's always a mole. There's always a turncoat. There's always something that is already going to divide us. And then think about it. We've been Americanized so much, you're never going to get everybody on the same page. It's totally impossible. And even in whites, the thing that we do that whites don't do, from what I see, they don't criticize each other on TV. We get on there and we be like, black people this, black people that, black people this, black people that, black people ain't doing this. And we fight against each other. When they seem organized and fight behind the scenes, they do it like family. And we do it like we different gangs. And that's what I see. But when we say that we're not informed, we're misinformed a lot of times because we don't control the narratives. We don't control the media. We don't control radio. I don't give a fuck how many times your black song spin. We don't control the radio. It's all controlled by somebody, some conglomerate.
That's what I'm saying, but we don't, like what I'm saying. So is there a Latino station? Is there an Asian station? Yeah. Is there a station for every other peoples that have a culture? And I agree with you. I've had that same conversation 100 times that what you just said. I've been saying that. But what I'm saying is that some of it, when I say misinformed, we're misinformed because the divider, the manipulator it's money, bro. It's money. That's a divider. At any point, if you give so and so enough ducats, man, he's gonna be like, "Fuck that shit, I'll do that."
Yeah, like Kanye.
I guess maybe.
No, you can't say it's money. Maybe when we throw Kanye out there, that's maybe, bro.
But what I'm saying, if you say Kanye, how many black people would Kanye put in position to make money?
Then all them people compromise too. Then.
Yeah.
So Big Sean compromised.
If I go by
2 Chainz compromised,
it's 2 Chainz compromised because he don't rock with Big Sean and he still owe Big Sean money. So let's leave that one alone.
But the only person Big Sean
compromised because he be writing raps for him. He don't even.
What about Sci High? What about?
He don't mess with Sci High no more. He don't mess with Sci High no more.
What you mean, Sci High? Just talking about Kanye yesterday.
And Sci High was just saying him and Kanye relationship bad because I just seen Sci High say this. They haven't been the same since he did something on some song with Travis Scott, and Travis Scott was supposedly dissing Kanye or said some weak shit. And then Kanye mad at Sci-Hi because Sci-Hi was on a song. When Sci-Hi was like, "Man, why would you do that? You know, Kanye, my man. Why would you put that?"
You talking about the song we talking about last couple cuts, Sicko Mode. When I was telling this guy
something like that. But, so that was they had friction, but
that's what I'm saying. You keep naming people that he put in position to make money.
But if money is the great compromiser, all these people compromise, bro, because he put them in position to make money. The money compromised them. No,
that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say it again. When I say money to compromise, I mean if it's us three on the screen and we all rocking red and black, no matter what happened. RBG is red, black, and green, no matter what happened. They come to JB and be like, "Hey, I'll give you 50,000, man, or 100,000, 100 million if you just start rocking red and blue. Forget the RBG." That money. That's what I'm talking about. Money. There's all in our community, and I understand why. I'm not saying it's just because we're dumb or weak. I understand the socioeconomic reasons and how we've been, but that's what happens, bro. Literally, man, every movie, every situation.
I do think that happens in every community, not just black communities.
How, man? Bro, name me the black restaurant, man, chain around the country.
If money is the black equalizer, then it happens in every community: white, black,
Okay.
Indian, Latino.
Well,
all
name me the black chicken company name me the black supermarket. Name me black companies that are nationwide chains. How come it's 40 million African American, it's 85 black African Americans in the United States, but it's more Chinese restaurants than African American restaurants. That don't even make sense, man. That literally don't even make sense. Why is that?
I can tell you why. And it goes back to the not just the socioeconomic situation, but when we looked at it, like we had a time when we was empowering ourselves and then they took that away from us.
Mm-hmm.
Remember? If you look at what's old boy name? Umar. He was talking about it one time, right? When black people were industrialized and we were working in the factories and making money, we was getting it, right? They had home ec classes, they had had shop classes, they were teaching people trades.
Yeah.
They took them trades away from us and say, hey, go to college. When we sitting in college, they get to dictate what we learn. So they kind of took us out of a certain position. Everything that, like you said nothing, me and you agree, right?
Yeah.
Nothing is done by accident.
No, at all.
The same way they got city planners, the same way they already know the FBI, CIA, all of them people, they're already controlling. There's people that control what's going on. We know that. And they spin the narrative. So they start dictating to us what we can read. Like now in Texas. Texas is the state in the country that has outlawed the most books in school.
I agree. I agree.
States, bro. So,
well, in the same breath, when I go to TSU, what college did you go to, Kev?
I graduated from TSU.
Okay. You went to any other schools before?
Colleges?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been I played ball, so I went to a couple.
Yeah. Now. Was the campus experience at TSU different from other colleges? I went to a couple PWIs.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'm gonna say it was different for me because the first university I ever went to was Dillard in New Orleans, right? Dillard University, private school.
Yeah.
And then I went to the University of New Orleans.
Okay.
So that was a different experience. University of New Orleans was like everybody. Whereas Dillard was a black experience, but I was only in Dillard one semester. So I really didn't get the full, experience of that. TSU was a lot different because by the time I got to TSU, I was older.
Yeah.
So the way that I'm looking at it is a little bit different. I'm like, man, these kids, wow. Like, what the fuck? They don't even understand what they're doing. Like, they need to get their ass to class because, man, this shit is serious out here when you got
Yeah.
So my experience was a lot different because my mind changed. You know what I mean? Like, the way that I looked at stuff was different. And, I'm already cognizant and aware of the neighborhoods and kind of like, just the ills and things that we can fall in. So I didn't get the full TSU experience like a 19-year-old would get it because I was already looking at it from a grown man's lens.
I got it like 3 times and I ain't never went to TSU. What about you, Dub? What was your college experience like?
I mean, TSU and Prairie View was the same to me. I lived at Prairie View. I didn't live at TSU, but I experienced the campus. I mean, to me, I'm antisocial, bro. So I'm out the car to the class and back to the car. So I'm not dabbling in, maybe campus life or that campus experience. To me, it was just, people passing, going to class. I will say the vibe, though, was different at a TSU and a PV opposed to a UH downtown. I never went to U of H Central. I did go to UHD and, HCC Central.
Yeah.
And it was a different type vibe. I wouldn't say it was a negative in a different type vibe. It's just different culture, bro. Yeah, you get a mix of everything at, let's say, UHD or HCC, but then when you hit TSU or PV, it's a couple of other different races, but for the most part, it's predominantly black. So, I had a different experience actually. Just in regular school, like my first experience in school, I went to school in the middle of Maryland. So I was at a predominantly Jewish school being black. So, I was the baddest kid in the classes every time. Every time I'm the baddest kid in the class.
Yeah.
And then
whether you were bad or not, or were you really the baddest kid? Or
I really wasn't I was just a regular kid. I really wasn't the baddest kid, but
it got blew up.
To those teachers' perspective, they're Jewish teachers teaching Jewish kids. I'm the baddest kid in the class. And then when I leave, Lovett Elementary in the middle of Maryland, and then I go to Hobby Elementary in the middle of Clark, Nigga, I'm a regular student being taught by people who look like me. I'm in a class of people like me, and I'm just a regular student, bro. And that's when I realized, looking back at it now, I wasn't bad when I was at Lovett. I just was different. You know what I'm saying? It was a different culture, so I was kind of like the outcast. And it wasn't just me. It was every, black kid at that school. They kind of treated us like we was just, the worst kids acted or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
But that's why I feel like it matters if you're taught by people that look like you growing up.
I never had an all black experience because, like I said, my family is very mixed, and I'm black and proud. So let me get that out there. I'm not one of them people like, hey, my heritage is Cuban. I ain't doing none of that shit. I'm just stating the fact of a lot of people in my family look different, but my dad was a Panther, so. He would teach us stuff and say stuff. So I was already on certain shit that everybody else wasn't on at the time. My dad had already kind of tried to start giving us the game on. So he never really wanted us to be in an all black situation because he said the world wasn't all black. So you need to learn how to behave and maintain when you're not in a system with everybody that looks like you. So when I did go my first semester in Dillard, that was different because I was like, whoa, this is, it was like, do the right thing and stuff. You got the Greeks and all of this different shit, and I don't even know really what that is because my daddy never plays and did nothing like that.
Yeah.
So it was a different experience, but it wasn't a bad experience. It was eye opening. But I've lived in South Dakota and spent time on a reservation, so my worldview is different.
Yeah.
And I will say, Boog brought this point up when we had our debate about, I put a lot of stock in, our youth being taught by people who look like us. Diversity does matter, and like you both have said, Boog has said it, and you just said it now, that the world is multicultural. It's just not black. So I do think that being in a multicultural situation is key as well because it kind of prepares you for the real world, man. It's not like my parents did that. I had the best of both worlds. I was able to go to predominantly black schools. But my mom and my dad, they always kind of like put me in certain environments where I was around multicultural kids, teenagers, in different programs in the summer. So it wasn't a culture shock to me getting in the workforce, being in that multicultural setting. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a shock. Like, I'm glad I wasn't one of the people that never left the neighborhood that they grew up in. I remember, me and the big homie Kevin and Drew, man, we had this dude that was older than us that worked at Astro with us, man. And after work one day, we went to the Galleria. Something as simple as going to the Galleria Mall. And homie never said nothing, but he just was in awe walking through the mall. And he was looking at him like, man, what's wrong with you? He was like, bro, I ain't never been over here. Like, I ain't never been in this mall. I ain't know this kind of shit existed. And I'm like, bro, we
some capping ass niggas, man. We all come to the mall, man. We some big fly hot.
It ain't even that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even that. We would go to the Galleria, $20 in our pocket and go to the food court. But you know what I'm saying? We just chilling.
I'm fucking with you.
And this nigga like 25, 26, and he ain't never left South Park, really. Outside of, he ain't never been past 610. He ain't never crossed 610. And that shit's crazy to me, bro.
So, just to give you a short, super short history on my school experience, I went to all white schools, kindergarten through second, and then I went to a black Catholic school in third grade. I went to predominantly black schools from fourth grade to ninth grade. Went to Jones High School for 2 years, which was all mostly African American, but I was in the Vanguard program, so we had a mixture of everything, and the blacks were the minority. Then I went to an all Hispanic school, Sam Houston, for the last 2 years. Then I went to 2 different PWIs for college or whatever. So that being said, it's a tough pill to swallow if you're living in America, but black people aren't the majority. And so if you're I was in not in I was in awe to an extent, but I was also like just tripping off the way that, and I grew up in Third Ward the whole time. So I'm in Third Ward, and I've been to TSU situations, been to TSU, you know, anything TSU ever done, I've been to it, whether it be game, party, you know, whatever. I've been in the dorms, Richfield, been in TSU jail, you know, all that.
Right.
And it's just different. It's different, the mentality of the situation, the entire situation. Like there's no, like I've been on campuses when I was in college where we won, you know, the conference or went to, you know, the Final Four, whatever it was. And the celebration was, you know, yay, we happy. We're going to have this control thing. The sponsor's going to come in and do this, that, these people, we do this, and gone to different, in TSU, it's totally different. They having this over there is different, you know what I mean? And, you know, it all goes back to the way that we see things as a people and the way that we're taught to view things, you know, the way that we're taught to react to things. You know what I mean? Been to parties where everybody in the hall, and the chancellor's in there right next to me getting lifted. Everybody gets home. The head coach and the starting point guard get into a fight. Everything's under the table, handled in house. We talk about it the next day, blah, 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 blah. TSU, the same thing happened. Two random dudes get into an argument and the party gets shot up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not because they don't have guns. It's not because, it's just the mentality of the way that we, you know what I mean?
That's definitely agreed. And like, but that goes back to what I was saying in the first place as far as what is the issue. The issue isn't the people. The issue is the systemic racism, because it creates fences that get higher and higher for us to go to jump. Like every time somebody gets a little higher, they raise the fence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you keeping us boxed in. And then I read this book, right? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this book. It's called From Niggas to Gods by an author named Khalil. In the book, he's just giving you a lot of like stories. And he tells you in the foreword, he's Muslim, but he's not trying to recruit you to be Muslim. And in the book, he just started he'll tell stuff and make it make sense. And he had one story about rats. He was like, if you take it was either 2 or 3 rats, and you put them in something, you give all of them food, none of them fight each other. If you give 2 of them food, one of them is going to try to take the food and one of them is going to have to defend it. Then you take the food and give it to only one, and then we're going to see who's the strongest to survive. And that's what it becomes. And that's kind of how our neighborhoods have become. It's a battle of who's the strongest and who's going to survive and who's the winner and who's the, all of these things. But at the end of the day, it's just only because they're dangling the cheese in front of us and we trying to eat, and some people fall victim to it and not enough people educate themselves to it, but that's just where we are. So we can't say, it's one thing that causes it. It's a bunch of shit that causes it to be like that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the spill on that. Is just, we have a lot of ills that cause us to be in a position that we are right now. And what do you fix first? And in a lawless place that we are right now, ain't nobody listening to nobody. Ain't no big homies. People say that, but these young kids ain't listening to no big homie. Like, they feel like they are the big homie. So it's like, we're in a hell of a position right now to be able to reach somebody, but I don't know how to fix the problem. And the problem is going to exist forever if we don't find someone that's able to lead everybody.
I think, and part of the reason why Boog says money is the great equalizer, I think now they put more. I think the younger generation puts more importance on getting the bag, as they say. I don't think that they don't put any kind of stock in listening to someone who's been there before and been through that and trying to give them some better guidance. If you don't have no money,
nope.
If you don't have no money, they feel like they ain't got to listen to you. And I think academics is like a perfect example of the mentality, even though I don't think academics is like a bad
recording
person.
Stopped.
I just think academics looks at the situation, and because you don't have more money than he has, you can't tell him nothing.
Right. I agree with that.
And a lot of these young rappers and young people, that's what they live by. They live by, if you don't have the bag I have, then you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, that's true. which is funny because most of the time these niggas don't even have no insurance. They be dying and don't have no money.
Yeah.
It's a facade.
Yeah.
You know, it's a complete facade that they feel like they're on top of the world, but they're really not. And it's like, you know, people like, which is reason why people like Kanye and President Trump were dangerous to in my eyes, because they seemingly possess the same thing Boog said, that money. Whether they have it or not, whether it's liquid or not, they have something that everybody sees, and no matter what they do, as long as they have money, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay. And the masses will follow a person with money before they ever listen to a person that's broke. And that's just the way it is, because they look like how you gonna tell me anything and you don't have any? But we grew up in an era where wisdom didn't come from money. You know, money just bought you things, but the wisdom came from, you know, the old head, your grandparents or, you know, your mother and your father. There's no honor in none of that these days. Yeah. So, you know, the problem is gonna always exist if you don't, you know, you don't have a system. And then even look at the way, like the gangs and all that. We got all of these, used to be 1 or 2 gangs. Now it's 40 gangs that broke off from one gang. No clear leader. You don't have no structure. You know, we look at the Hispanics and the Italians, they have clear structure. You know, even though all gangs to me represent something that I'm not a part of, but when you look at the structure of things, blacks don't have any structure. We don't have any leader. We're not listening to one person. You know, whether it's politics, gangs, music, or whatever, it's us fighting each other all the time. We never have, you know, that moment of peace where we all are united and we do this one thing. It's never going to be like that. You know, and it wasn't designed for us to be like that.
Yeah, and some of it is because we just can't, you know, it's what we always say, we can't unite as one. Like, everybody has to always branch off and be their own boss and do their own thing. We don't want to unite and be one. Like, I look at something as simple as podcast space. And you got probably two of the biggest black podcasters in the game, Charlamagne and Joe Budden. And they were like frenemies for the longest. And, you know, they got 2 separate situations. And just think about if them 2 guys would have united and created one space for black podcasters. Because they both, at one point, had rosters with some good up-and-coming black podcasting talent. So just think if they would have united and had their own situation, then that could have been like a black podcasting conglomerate. Same thing in the music business. Like, I don't understand why. I understand at first why we didn't own hip hop, because it was a new art form, and let's say we didn't have enough money in hip hop, so we needed the assistance of some of the majors. Let's say that. But then once we've grown and we have these billionaires in hip hop, I don't understand why we as black people don't own that space. Why are we still dealing with some of the large record labels?
I think it comes down to a money situation, because when you look at the average, not the average, let's say all musical contracts are loan. You know what I'm saying? They're predatory. They're loaning you money to do whatever you're supposed to be doing. So you're supposed to do your album and live off of that same money. Problem being, like, remember when Jay first left Rockefeller or him and Dame split? I remember him saying he didn't want to give new artists like huge upfront money, because he said, man, they're never going to make that back. Mm-hmm. He was like, Joe Budden's still in the hole from his first album. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think he's an excellent artist. But the way the contract was structured, 15% you'll never recoup. Like, you have to sell 10 million records, and nobody's selling that no more now. So we're in a whole nother problem. So
how many?
What, 15%?
How many records you said?
Oh, no. I just threw a number out there. It wasn't.
But that's a pretty good number though. 10 million. That's diamond, right?
Yeah. You have to go diamond in order to get out of it.
That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to know.
Yeah, think about it, because if they give you, like Joe Budden when he came in, I want to say, let's say they gave Joe Budden $500,000 out the gate. And that wasn't even marketing. That was just him with his brother. They spent another $12 million on his marketing on that first album. It only went gold. To this day, it's still not platinum. He still ain't out the hole. He's never been a recouped artist. And it's like, they put us in a situation where we have to have money to look fly, because we need to look like what people say we're supposed to look like when we are on. So they give them that money. They got to buy jewelry. They got to buy cars. They got to go rent these houses. Most of these dudes, when this shit be getting shot up and doing all that, they're renting these houses. They don't even own these houses. You know, they paying $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 a month to live in somebody else's house and don't even have a mortgage of their own sometimes. but it's all back to the money dangling. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to look like we have money in order to make money. So we keep getting into this cycle, and then it's just nonstop as far as music goes. You know, then you have like artists like myself, where it's like, I ain't trying to make money selling music because I know that's not my lane. Like I said, I got the merch movement because I know I'll make more money doing merchandise than I would off stream. But it's just basically diversifying, because it's like when you look at like Wiz Khalifa, right? He been doing that for years. You're looking for Wiz that made $24 million. What music Wiz dropping like that? But when you turn around and look at his merch, he got weed, he got shit lighters, he got clothes, you know, he got liquor, he doing all of these things. And it's like, you know, they don't teach you that. You just have to learn that, but nobody gonna give you that. So that's why like a lot of the artists is in a bad spot, man. It's just, you know, they put us in the position where we have to get that dollar. It's not even about the art anymore.
But see, I don't think a lot of these new artists come in the game looking to be a successful rapper or a successful artist. I think a lot of them come in the game using rap as that gateway to go do other things anyway. Like, no one is coming in the game saying, I want to be an artist and do X, Y, and Z. They're using the music to open up other avenues, other doors.
I agree. But, you know, people have showed them that that's lucrative. And then think about it. When you ain't making no money selling records, it's just a platform at that point.
Yeah.
You know, so it's smart in one hand, but it's also a shame because the integrity of the music has changed. And don't get me wrong, like I'm all right with Gucci Mane content. I'm all right with Migos content because I look at it for what it is. A lot of times it's just people expressing themselves in the way they see fit. And I'm all right with that. As far as I'm old enough and cognizant of this just being their art, I'm not trying to imitate it. The problem with that being with the younger kids, it's like that line has been blurred now. They think that all of these artists are real, and these artists are having to prove they're real. Look at all of these guys they have to make money, so they still selling drugs while they are doing music, which is already a bad thing because now the spotlight is on you, so you're going to go to jail. Just
recording in progress.
Then,
so question. So just to piggyback off that, when you first off give the people a short description of your history in music and how you're getting in music and what you're doing with music, so we can get into your current project, because what you said right there was so deep. But I want the people to know where that space comes from. So tell the people about your short music history, your last project, which was dope. I heard it, I purchased it, all that, and I haven't got a chance to purchase this the Love project because I've been on the move all week. But I'm gonna get it. I do my stuff on Fridays or Thursday nights when everything dropped Thursday night. I see what come out, buy what I buy, blah, blah, blah. But what you got streams for me on Tidal and Spotify. So, but tell people your situation, what's going on, and then we'll get into the Love project.
All right. So, as far as music goes, I'm a kid of a musician. My dad played like 5 instruments. So my dad traveled the world a few times doing music. So. As a kid, I sang. I never really got into the instruments because I found sports. So I didn't really want to do that. Like I ran away from, what my dad told me I was going to do from the beginning anyway. But so years later, man, after basketball was slowing down for me, a lot of my friends was rapping. And, I always loved poetry. I drew, I painted. I did all of those things at one point. So creating things was the thing. So it just morphed into me trying to write songs because all my homeboys was doing it. And I was terrible at it when I first, because I didn't know how to structure music. And, just kept going at it because I love it. And it's just something that I can do, in my sleep, I feel. So I kept going with it. So at one point I created my own record label, which is Home My Own Entertainment. I dibbled and dabbled in music, life happens and I just wasn't taking it serious. But, when I moved to Houston, I really took more steps as far as, man, I got to make something happen. So
I don't want to battle you right now. When you said it, you come in your sleep, the first thing I was like, let's battle right now. But keep going.
I used to do that too. Imagine coming from New Orleans, and I'm pretty sure y'all got it the same way here.
Yeah,
I'm coming from New Orleans, man, and I remember my first rap partner. He's deceased now. Landis Banks.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Landis, man. He was the most thoughtful, introspective, intelligent person that I had ever been around at that point in my life. And he went to one of the inner city schools that he wasn't supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
And you know, he gave me a book on Gandhi. He's the one that gave me the From Niggas to Gods book.
Okay.
That I spoke on. And so anyway, that was my rap partner and we collaborated. But we used to go to these labels, man, and they'd be like, you know, they'll put a beat on and be like, all right, what y'all got? So we get in that thing and literally we was just freestyling. So we freestyle for hours, man. And like, we had this thing going on where everybody knew it was like, man, them niggas nice. Like, I knew when he was about to fall off, I kick my verse and then he'll tag me. We just had a perfect thing going. And, you know, he wound up going to the military and then that stopped off. And then the next time when I was looking for him, he was gone. Mm-hmm. But, you know, New Orleans didn't know what to do with me. So it kind of like made me insecure about my music because I wasn't shaking, washing, dishing it. You know, I've always used words. So, you know, when they was doing bounce music and, you know, shake it, but I never was into that. You know what I mean? Like,
so I'm gonna stop you there. So that's a very interesting space to be in. So, because I think that there's a circle of music that goes, that if you're talking about East Coast, West Coast, you know, Midwest, down South, and there's a pocket of people who didn't fit into what, and this goes in the conversation we were having earlier about the powers that be, right? And also about money, because love it or hate it, there's a certain race of people who are excellent at monetizing things. Yes, they're excellent. They're gods at it. They know how to do it. They perfected it in so many ways, and to the point where they see something and they're like, okay, how can we monetize this? Leor Cohen is one of those people who understands I can monetize this, you know, but they don't care about culture. Early 90s, Buckshot, Drez, those East Coast acts that were big, they weren't jiggy. They weren't, you know, they were deep, introspective. Lauryn Hill, Pras, you know, those type of guys. Black Moon, Cocoa Brothers, you know what I mean?
Smith and Wesson, like, you know, all of that.
Smith and Wesson, yeah. Those were what the streets of New York was in love with. New Orleans, you had your Juveniles, you had your UTFOs. Houston, you had your Scarfaces, your K-Renos, your SPCs. Even though Juvenile did go to the Juvenile bounce, before that and after that, Juvenile's a lyricist at heart. You know what I mean? So how do you feel being in that space where you're a wordsmith, you enjoy the art of music, but in the same breath, there's a commercial business side that won't allow you to I guess reach your full potential?
Great. Look, when I came here, I did a mixtape called Mr. October.
I got that.
I gave you all that when I first met you.
Yeah, I got that.
All right. Now that mixtape was my attempt to basically put myself in the radio space or into a popular space. Mm-hmm. I don't really even like that mixtape. And one of my partners was talking to me about it today because he was like, man, you should put that on streaming services, which I can't because I only produced 2 songs on that. Everything else was something that I took from somebody else.
Do your thing, bro. Just put it out there, man. Fuck it. What are they gonna do?
I'm probably gonna throw it out there, but that was my attempt to be a little bit more commercial because I was taking the beats because I did the mixtape with a mixtape. Rapper Rick, you know what I mean? And he was just picking beats. I never heard a lot of them beats. I literally wrote that on a BlackBerry side scroll. I was in his studio. He had a studio in a Fifth Ward, like close to where the soccer stadium is now. Yeah. So I went over there. You know, I did that mixtape in 3 studio visits. So we did that. We knocked it out, and I didn't want to hear the beats. I wasn't planning it. It was only one song that I actually heard before I did it, and that was a Throw It in the Bag remix. And so I did that one, but I wanted to do that one. It took me a long time to write that one because I was writing it in my head, like literally while I was driving. And that used to be that's how I wrote that song. I wrote it in my truck. So, but that was my attempt to do that because I've always done deep songs. Like, you ever heard of the artist Lucky Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did songs with him before he was Lucky Day. Before he went on American Idol.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my best songs. I'm gonna put that one out too because I wrote it. Like he sang it for me, but I wrote it.
Yeah.
And I produced it and did everything. But in New Orleans, that wasn't popular. So people were like, we don't know what to do with it. Like, you're going to have to take this to New York because here, you know, that ain't going to go. And the majority of the people not going to listen to it. So I'm like, man, my musical ear is like, man, this shit is hot.
Yeah.
They like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, you can't get the radio. Like, they're not going to listen to it. And so I didn't feel like I was going to get the respect that I deserved. So before Katrina, I was already leaving New Orleans because I was like, I got to get out of here because I don't fit.
Yeah.
You know, I need to go somewhere where I fit because, you know, I'm listening to Wu-Tang and all of the East Coast artists and the West Coast artists. I even listened to Scarface. Like, anything came off a Rap-A-Lot. We all had that in New Orleans. So it kind of involved me in a different way, man.
Yeah.
So, but New Orleans, you had your juveniles. We actually had a few local rappers that could really, really, really rap, but they never blew. Because when you look at New Orleans, the landscape was Cash Money, No Limit.
Yeah.
And they pretty much absorbed everybody that was going to be popular. But we had artists like Tim Smooth, may he rest in peace.
You like Tim Smooth?
Man, I love Tim Smooth, man.
Tim Smooth, I was,
No, not the Rap-A-Lot thing. Before then.
Okay, yeah.
Before then, because he was the one that polished Mystical. That gave him.
Yeah.
A lot of that was Tim.
Yeah.
Mystical was writing his own rhyme. I'm not going to say that, but Tim was showing him how to do it and how to put the comical and all of those things together because Tim performed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we had Tim. We had a dude called Low Key.
Okay.
He was really nice, man. And he was like, he had a song called Torture. If you ever get a chance to find that, go on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a song called Torture by Low Key. Dude, that was the most rapping I ever heard coming out of New Orleans.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like lyrically.
I had a bad mystical joke when you said Tim Smooth showed him everything he knew. But since his homie dead, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to drop the bad mystical joke, man.
No. Tim ain't showing that, man.
Okay.
Tim was a good dude.
First you tie up first. You gotta tie up.
Shit, man.
If you don't tie up, then she's gonna get away.
So let me ask you a question. Since you from New Orleans, how was Jay Elect received? Because I mean, I love Jay Elect, but I mean, to me, he was a lyrical dude that didn't sound like nobody out of New Orleans outside of his New Orleans accent.
Be honest, we never heard of him.
Damn. Okay.
He didn't blow it because his first shit was up north.
Yeah, when he did like the Exhibit C.
Yeah.
That's when we heard of him.
That's just
that was the first y'all heard of him?
That's the first everybody heard of him because he was just blazing
I
them.
assumed that like every other artist that pop out anywhere, you know, he gonna have a bunch of shit, you know, in New Orleans or whatever.
No music whatsoever in New Orleans.
Okay.
From what I heard, he was a producer at a point, but he was gone. He left New Orleans, and you know, like that accent is thick. But from what I know, he been out of New Orleans. Like, you know, he hadn't been in New Orleans in 25 years or some stuff like that. Like,
hey, so while we're there, yo, New Orleans top 5.
Ooh, that's a good one. And you know, we go through this a lot, but I can answer this fast.
Yeah.
In no particular order.
Yeah.
Tim Smooth, Mystical, Low Key, BG, and Fiend.
Ah, man, come on,
damn.
bro.
Right,
come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Hold on, bro. Let me ask you a question. I'm only assuming it's because we not from the city and this guy is mainstream. But how is Wayne not in your top 5?
How is Weezy baby, man?
I love Wayne. I think Wayne is a GOAT. But you said my top 5.
I'm just talking shit.
If I had to pick we looking at all of that. Ain't nobody did it better than Wayne. But Wayne's also younger than me.
Gotcha.
So when you look at Wayne, like Wayne was in school with my little cousin. They're the same age. And the dudes who influenced me to make me want to rap was older than me.
You put Fiend over Wayne?
Fiend?
As far as my influences, yes. Wayne.
Okay.
I picked my top 5 based on my influence.
Okay.
I based on where they should be ranked.
But hold on. BG not that much older. Like literally, BG
be like the same age.
Oh, how old is Wayne though?
Wayne 40 as of last week.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm 41. I thought BG was like 42, 43.
He like 43.
Oh, okay.
So we're around that same age.
Yeah.
But long story short, but BG was he be everywhere though. Like when I came to Houston, the rapper that I saw all the time was Slim Thug. Like everywhere I went, Slim was there.
Yeah.
I even chopped it up with him a couple times, laughing about it. Like, damn, nigga, everywhere I go, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this particular summer, this was like 2009 summer. I'm talking about everywhere. We Provada everywhere. Me and Slim always a section next to each other for some reason. And BG was like that in New Orleans. BG got around. Like, he was in everything. Like, he was, you know, he ain't never really had no beef because people really loved him like that until he got older because he was a street dude. But, you know, when we was teenagers, you know, BG was everywhere. Like, he messed with a girl around the corner. So, you know, Cash Money wasn't as popular then until they blew. But by the time they blew, I was living in South Dakota.
Would you say that because are you here for the Cash Money reunion when BG get out? Would you want to hear that?
I think that would be historical. I don't know how that's gonna work though, especially if they do a Hot Boys thing, because there's no way you're gonna get all of them in the same room.
From what I've been, I'm not in the loop, but from what I understand, Turk is down for it. Wayne is down for it. Juvie and Bert, Juvie down for it. So it's about BG.
Yeah, I think if it's about if the money is right, all of them is down for it. But that's what it's gonna come down to. Like,
well, it sounds like Turk don't care. Turk down with whatever, from what I hear.
Yeah. You know, Turk trying to make his thing back, man. Because out of all of them, he was the one that didn't get a chance to really do that.
Yeah,
all of them went platinum and did all of that afterward. Like, Turk had an album that pretty much sold, and then he went to jail.
Turk was like my dark horse for a minute because Turk had, like, listening to his interview, his run right now is kind of refreshing. Like, because Turk had bars. They all had bars.
Yeah, nice album, man. But he was the one, like, to be real, at that point, Turk was an uptown kid, man. All of them uptown kids, but Turk was outside.
Yeah.
Like, Turk was outside. Like, he was. I remember going. My partner and them had a studio that was like uptown off of a street named K.Cooks. Mm-hmm. And shit, man, I went over there to pick my partner up like 9 a.m. Turk already up and about it. Yeah. Like, you know, he was just like that. Like, whereas Wayne was like encapsulated, and like baby kept Wayne like that was like his son for real.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the difference between a lot of other cities in Houston is that Houston is so big. Like,
New Orleans ain't like that.
Everybody talks about other cities, but Houston, maybe LA, but Houston is so big, like just literally big.
LA like that. LA is like that as well. That's why I ain't like Atlanta, because to me Atlanta was slow. I got to Atlanta and everybody was like, "Oh man, Atlanta, this big city X, Y, and Z." And I got to Atlanta, and I'm like, "This it? Yeah, I got like one major freeway." Like, it was. I felt like I was in the country the entire time.
Atlanta's like New York, bro. It's a bunch of people in a small space.
But then I get a lot of people from New York.
Yeah,
like a lot of people from New York go to Atlanta because they feel like, you know, they can go down there and make that dough.
Yeah.
So it's a hub city.
Yeah,
and where they, because it's a major airport and people just get there and they later.
Yeah, so, Houston is so big though. So like,
you drive an hour in Houston and I feel like I'm just in a city. Period. You know what I'm saying?
I drive an hour to work every day.
You drive an hour in Atlanta. You didn't drive through like 4 different cities. I feel like I didn't drive through a little small forest. You know what I'm saying? I hated that.
Marietta to
you know what I'm talking about?
Cobb County.
It depends on where you going, because if you doing that north to south, that's a hike, because you sitting 2-3 hours of traffic easy.
Hey man,
we're talking about Houston.
No, Atlanta.
Oh no, Atlanta. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Atlanta trash, bro. Like, because there's only one main artery. It seemed like.
Speaking of arteries, my face is shining right now. And you know why it's shining, man? I got this Nourish, bro. This Nourish, man.
Still pushing that out.
I'm still pushing the Nourish, man. Nourish, man. It's a great product, man. Oh, you got you a better
camera, bro. Okay, I see what
it's the same camera, bro. I ain't switched up, man. I don't know what's switched up, man. You know,
what's that do, man?
Basically, it's a facial set. Got the little, you know, Nourish, kind of like 4 or 5 of these in here, man. They have different it's different ones. I'm picking different ones, but they different, you know. And it's facial, body creams. Some of them rub in, some of them you wash off, man. Basically, I go to nourish.com. Check it out, man.
I'm gonna need you to get your pitch up a little better, man, because you're not telling us what it do. You just kind of giving us the Cliff Notes version of, I bought this box and it got 5 different vials of stuff in it, and
you're right,
some of
man.
it you wash on, some of it you leave on. But what does it do? What is giving you my glow, my brother?
I mean, the glow is just from the Nourish, man. Like, you put the Nourish on you.
What main product are you using for the glow?
All of them. So it's like it has different. Like, well, I don't want to give away their business model because it's other people that get on the show and they want to steal.
Well, what's your favorite? What's your favorite product out of that box?
My favorite one out of the box, man. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta look at them because I use them all. Probably the face mask, man. The Nourish by Overlay. I can't say the names they have unique names, so I don't want to mess them up. You know what I'm saying? But this one right here, I call it my green stuff. The Hulk. That's what I call it, the Hulk, because it's green. You let it put on your face for a second, and it bubbles a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I use my little spoon they gave me. I got a little spoon. You know what I'm saying? I got right here. I zoom in there, let it bubble for a second, man, for 2 minutes. Washed it off, man. I feel like an angel pissed on my face, man.
I must say, since you got that box of Nourish, you've had some life experiences for the good. You know what I'm saying? And
I ain't gonna lie.
We talked offline about your life experiences coming up, and I think you owe
man,
that
shut
to
up,
Nourish,
man.
bro.
Stop that, man.
I'm saying I think you owe that to Nourish. I think you owe it to the Nourish, bro, because
that's not for the pod, bro.
No, what I'm saying, it gave you that glow, bro, and that glow put you in position to be in the position.
Stop it. What's the name of the podcast, man?
16 shots.
Now let's begin the story.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give my man some props, let him know this godlike African glow he has. You know what I'm saying? H-Town's finest 16 Shots podcast.
I'm lightning with the blam blam.
That's all I'm trying to say, my brother, is that this glow that you got from the Nourish.
You keep
box.
trying to drop gems on the people that I ain't ready to drop yet, man. That's a gem.
Tell me how you took it. I'm gonna tell you what I meant.
I'm talking about better job opportunity. What you talking about?
I'm talking about
Negro.
the love, man, the love project, man.
All right, so the name of that project, I was funny thing. The songs that I had, I'm just shooting them right now, man, because I've been sitting on so many songs. I was like, man, I'm not gonna no longer just sit on them. I'm like, I'm gonna just throw all of them out there.
Oh shit! Yeah. Don't bring that up, Jesus.
What?
You gotta let the people hear it.
Bring what up? Hold on, what you talking about? Well, first off, before he go to his little diatribe, whatever he gonna say.
Oh,
you nigga?
No, I'm saying he said just let the songs go, don't sit on them, and that was your whole soapbox.
That's been my soapbox for the last 20 years. But anyway,
that's the point where I got to it, man, because I'm sitting on so much music and my ear is telling me that they're good.
Yeah.
So
why not put them out, man? Why not put them out, right?
Right, why not? They sitting there, they done. So those are 3 songs that I felt like with 3 different perspectives of love or passion, just that raw emotion. Like the Beautiful song. That's a song me talking to when, like I said, educated and gifted, wasn't raised by no bitches, but still you bad, all eyes can see. God is my witness. Yeah. That's like my ode to black women, my ode to love, you know what I mean? And just different aspects of it. So the reason why I put the words in, like, inverted them and did all type of stuff, because it's, love all kind of ways, meaning like you can love something in a negative way and be obsessed with it, or you can love something in a beautiful way. So this
I'm gonna say you put it the other way, love backwards is evil. Yeah.
So, and if you listen to like the Nothing at All, is me telling a girl, look, you fucked over me, now that I'm up, don't come back. Mm-hmm. So, this project is just, I felt like I was going to start putting out little EPs, people digest music in different ways now. So it doesn't make sense to drop 20 songs, which I could. I'll just,
it does, but it doesn't, man. It does. Okay, let me go back while I was going to go before. Dub is a hater, right? I'm going to start there. He's a hater. Because I was telling him and the guys in 2004, 5, 6, I was like, hey, let's go ahead and do some of this singing stuff, man. Now, can I sing? Hell no, I can't sing. But I can hold a tone, I can hold a note, you know what I mean? Like these other cats that's singing, they can't sing either, you know what I'm saying? They can't sing at all. They sound worse than me. And they $1 million billionaires. Can Wayne sing? No. Can Drake sing? No. Can any shit? Let me sing, you know what I mean?
Right. But look, man, I record, most of my music is recorded at Third Coast recording studio.
I know exactly where it's at.
But it's in Midtown now. It used to be on
Yeah.
John Allen Stevens is the owner and engineer over there. And like he's my go-to guy. Well, one of them.
Yeah.
And you know, I've seen him do stuff with mixing.
Yeah.
My dad would probably sit in the studio and lose his mind if he was still alive.
Because of the
it's your voice to make it sound like you the best singer in the world, bro. Like John Allen did some stuff. I was like, wait, you can do that? I was like, man, that don't even sound like the person that was singing the song.
Yeah.
You know, with Pro Tools, man, you can make anything happen.
Hey man, look, I got a couple songs out. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Dub is a hater. Like most of this part is just me being able to hate on Dub because like if I can't hate on him in person because he want to wrestle and stuff. But that's okay. But like even while I'm person, you know, so I don't get a chance.
Tell the truth about why you don't hate on me in person.
The truth out because you can't wrestle good, bro. You're not a good wrestler. Anyway, like I was saying before, you try to make this tough guy stuff because I'm not scared to wrestle you, bro.
I'm a happily married man. I don't do nothing tough, bro.
I but yeah, like I'm scared to wrestle you, man.
Nah, you're not scared of wrestling. Pause.
Okay. Yeah, but anyway, like I was gonna say before y'all was so really interrupted.
Scared of these hands, nigga.
But you, man, come on,
Houston.
man.
I'm in Houston. You know my address. You can
I'll be at your house soon, bro.
You can pull up tonight as soon as you get off, nigga. I got space and opportunity inside the driveway.
You don't have space, actually.
In the driveway, yes.
Why we go fight in the driveway, bro? We grown. We gotta be inside so that, you know what I'm saying? We can be outside like some heathens.
You ain't tearing up my house, nigga, no.
I forgot what I was gonna say, man. Oh. About the music, you know what I'm saying? I done had some constituents of the pod request the songs that I sang.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Stop it. Now I will admit that the song you dropped is a nice song. And we probably should have let you sing on a few songs while we were actively making music. But you got to stop with the cap about people requesting a song. It probably was only one or two people requested that song.
Bruh.
It's an old song or you just recently dropped it?
It's new.
It's like what, 2 years new?
Maybe 2, yeah.
To the point, put it on, man. Where it's at?
It's on iTunes or Tidal, whatever. To the point where, like, I was chilling with a person not too long ago, and I'm the kind of person that I keep my stuff connected to my phone or whatever. I'm playing music, you know what I'm saying, and the song come on, and they go off, and they're like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's me." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was me. That was the song I did. You know, whatever. You know, I'm gonna drop the 16 Shots Pod song this week. It'll be on iTunes and what's called next week. And then I'm gonna do.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah. Stop, man. You finna fuck up, man.
So let me.
I know you finna fuck up, man. Keep going.
You created a 16 shot song.
Yeah, I sent it to you like when I did it. The day I did, I sent it to you.
Send me the song.
Bro, if you check your email, send it.
What email you sent it to?
I don't want to say your email loud, but I sent it to the email. I sent everything
it to the 2530 media email, bro.
Oh no, I sent it to your personal media, your personal account. The day I did it, the one that's on the flipping. This is 16 shots. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
That song.
Yeah.
That song
I slapped box with lions ever since the 5th grade. I kicked ball with tires.
I thought you meant you created a new 16 shot.
Oh, no, that was the old one. That was anyway.
I got that song.
I know you got it. You know what I mean? I got some new songs. I got some more songs that you ain't heard that you did. Like you got songs I did. I got songs you did that you ain't heard of, man.
You got songs with me on them that you redid?
Yeah, that you did.
I did the song.
You did the song.
You know what I wanted to tell you too? Interrupt y'all. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Please interrupt us because we be
stop.
You up my partner Pat here.
I know who.
He cut hair, right? Ain't he a barber?
Who?
With me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a barber.
He need a barber right now.
I thought he was a barber. He looked like this other dude that cutting A-leaves.
You talking about I know you're talking about off of Bissonnette?
I think so. Kirk.
Yeah, you talking about Kirk?
Yeah.
No, Kirk moved his shop. Evolve.
Yes.
Yeah. You talking about Kirk? Yeah. And I know Kirk.
I had them confused. I've been thinking he was Kirk the whole time. No.
Kirk.
Oh, they resemble.
Yeah, they do. They actually do. Kirk got dreads.
Yeah, I thought he cut them off because I was like, damn, I've been thinking this the whole time. Like, man,
cut his dreads.
I did cut my dreads off, you know.
He had dreads too, but Kirk's dreads better than yours, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Kirk's dreads way better than your dreads.
That's cool, bug.
I'm fucking with you, though. His dreads were better than you. I just fucking with you.
It's okay, bro. You don't have
I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm just fucking with you, bro.
I don't even get mad. I don't even get mad at your hand jokes anymore, bro. I'm sensitive, but if
we all need hugs.
If I start asking you questions about your love life, you're gonna get real sensitive, man.
Because it's personal, man. That's personal.
Nigga, I have personal. This is where I get my strength
from. Okay. Samson, my bad.
Yeah, nigga.
No. But Kirk, yeah, you like I ain't put together just now, man. You do something with Kirk. You got the same beard situation.
Yeah,
man.
Like at least brothers, not twins, but
cousins.
They look related, man.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna pull Kirk picture up and put it up, man. That'll be weird. No. What y'all do had the same. Y'all got the same sneaky ass eyes, everything, man.
I don't know what that means.
You know, Kirk.
I can't even say that. I've heard that too many times in my life, man.
Kirk, the guy who called me and was like, "Hey, man, I'm trying to get this. I got this new process I'm trying to work on, man, and shit. You want to get to what?
Is that the nigga who put the man unit on you? Pause.
Is that a pause moment?
Wait,
man union?
Yeah, he the one who put the hair unit on you, bro?
Yeah, man.
Oh, so you saw the picture too? He was rolling around with the hair piece.
Yeah, man.
Nigga I knew that nigga. They do that.
He had the nerve to drop that photo in the group chat, man. We was like, what's wrong with this nigga, boo?
Well, y'all should have been on his top for that shit.
We was.
Y'all was like, man, hold up, I don't know, man.
I wasn't like that because I ain't had no balding problems.
The only way you could pull that shit off is if you took that shit, put it on your head, and moved. Because your homeboys know you your whole life, dog.
Yeah. But it was accurate, though. It was accurate.
But see, nah, nigga, your headline was like right here, bro. But
it was not, man.
You need to do it again.
If you wouldn't have never known him, you wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have knew that it was like that. It would have been like, man, he got that.
I'm finna go get it again. Hold on, man. I'm finna go get it and pull it up.
I'll pay for it, bro. I've been encouraging you to do the shit. I really want you to go get the shit them niggas do where they put the hairpiece on, but get the dreads. I will pay for that shit if you do it, bro. I swear I will, bro. I will. But you got to rock it for like a month.
Hey, man, look, you just come back to Houston, man. You're starting a new business, man. And I don't want to go in your pocket like that because I would rock, you know what I'm saying, the Jimmy.
No, you got to do it for. You got to do it for a month. If you get the dread shit, you got to do it for a month. I'll pay for it, bro.
It won't last for a month, bro. I'm active, man.
No, you got to keep redoing it, my nigga. You got to keep the maintenance up like you a bad bitch with weave.
See how he trying to make me seem some kind of way, man. He got like you a bad bitch with weed.
Nah,
I would never use those sentences in your name. I would never do it to you,
bro.
man.
I ain't mean like in a negative way. Like
that's what you said though. You said I'm a bad bitch with weed.
A bad bitch.
I would never act like one.
Yeah, a bad bitch ain't negative, bro.
He didn't say you were. He said you just gotta act like one if you get
in. So if I said you gotta act like a gay nigga with, you know, like, come on, why y'all put me in that whole situation?
So hold on, you gotta finish the statement. A gay nigga with what? And then I'm
anything, man. With
so being gay is negative?
No, acting like a gay nigga and you're not a gay nigga. That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm not a bad bitch, so I gotta act like a bad bitch.
Nah, a bad bitch is like you got long flowing weave and you confident, bro. When you walk in the club, all the niggas want you. That's what you gonna be with dreads with a man unit.
How do we pivot from this, man? Speaking of the pivot, man. Speaking of the pivot, he gonna talk to his wife now.
JB got mad because I called him. I said he should get the man unit and look like a bad bitch.
See, your wife laughed at you, man, because that's a good thing to do. She laughed at you, actually. Why she laughed at me? I ain't say it. You said it. I ain't said a word. She mad. I ain't gonna see. I ain't gotta see.
Now he's trying to slander your name, babe.
I ain't said a word. What I say?
What is that?
What I say?
Say what you want to say, nigga. It's space in the yard. That's what you just told me.
Your wife is beautiful, man. I love your wife. I love Kevin's wife, man. Speaking of wives, and significant others, man. What y'all doing for Christmas, man? What's the Christmas situation for everybody's? Are we doing parties this year? Are we chilling? You know, this is like the first Christmas really like last Christmas was the Christmas after COVID, so everybody was kind of This is Christmas like where it's 2022, COVID's a year gone, monkeypox ain't really hit us hard. You know, are we doing parties this year?
I want to travel for my holiday. I mean, for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be in New Orleans by my mama, but Christmas, man, I rather stamp a passport. To be honest, like, you know, buying gifts and sitting in the house. We sat in the house for about 2-3 years now, so I'm ready to get out and about, man.
Y'all sat in the house, man. I was out in the streets, man. Oh my God, I ain't had a chance to sit yet, man. Yeah. Boy, not to my y'all. I'm just about like, man. I was looking at.
See, I don't know, man, because you was criticizing people during COVID about not being in the house and following directions. Are you now saying that you were out and about, not following directions?
No, what I'm saying is that what I was going to say before you cut me off, my brother from another, is that when COVID hit, our efforts had to double and triple. So I ain't get a chance. Like when COVID hit, all the organizations trying to kind of unite it to an extent, and so I didn't get a chance to sit down really. You know what I'm saying? I didn't catch COVID during the COVID because I was out in the streets and I was always, masked up, doing food drives, doing water giveaways, So I never got a chance to really. I didn't experience COVID like most people did. I was out, and when after March, we had school. So I had 25 kids every day, for school. We did it, so I never got a chance to really experience COVID the way I didn't get COVID till like a year and a half afterwards.
I never caught COVID.
I thought I caught COVID.
I said I thought I caught COVID. I didn't even catch it. I couldn't get off work, nigga. I worked the entire time through COVID.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, okay. Kill, marry. What was it? Kill, marry what? Kill, marry, kiss?
Damn.
What is it, Doug? Is it kill, marry?
I thought it was kill, marry, and sell, bro.
Sell. Okay. Kill, marry, sell.
Damn.
Halle Berry, Maya, Ashanti.
That's your top three?
No, you got to kill one, you got to marry one, you got to sell one.
What's the choices?
Halle Berry, Ashanti, Maya.
Marry Maya.
Man, my guy, man. Can I get some hand claps for that, bro? Can I get some hand claps, man?
Well, you don't agree with it? No.
Yeah, man.
No.
You hand clap. Hate him,
man. I remember meeting Maya when she was messing with Silk, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Shocker.
Her and Silk the Shocker was together for a while.
Mm-hmm.
They used to come to LSU and be, he used to play basketball at the Rec a lot. That she still looked exactly the same.
She looked thicker. She had a little bit thicker.
But she got thicker, but I'm saying she didn't age like a lot of people aged. She still looked young, man. She still looks young. So her, I kill Halle Berry. Something must be wrong with her. Dudes be leaving her fast and furious, so something got to be wrong with her. And I'll sell Ashanti because she ain't got no loyalty in her bones.
Damn, why you said she ain't got no loyalty? Because she left Future?
Nah,
Ashanti left Future.
Oh, Ashanti left Nelly.
That's Sierra. I'm tripping. No, it was Sierra, bro.
Yeah,
it was Sierra in the first little situation.
Oh yeah, well with Sierra, I don't have no problem with Sierra
because I said I married Sierra.
I can see that.
We didn't even say Sierra. We said Ashanti.
I'm saying the first iteration of this game, bro. Not tonight.
Sierra was in there.
The first iteration of the game was Sierra. I ain't talking about tonight.
You sure?
I'm not sure, Boog, but if you want to, sure, you're right.
I don't know. I thought we said.
I know you gave me Ashanti is getting sold.
Yeah, and Maya, man, people don't be giving Maya her note, bro. Maya is like,
and she's still touring. She's still getting up.
Shout out to Simo, man, Chris Moore, man, and Ashanti. He wrote. She had an album she did after. And it was in Houston. She was in Houston for a while. And he did her album. He wrote most of the album. Simo. You know Simo, Dub.
Corey Moore?
No, not Corey Moore. Chris Moore.
Oh, okay.
He's part of a R&B group, Seville, 713. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't Maya shoot that H-Time? Or was it the Fat Pat shit? What was it that she was in? It was some Houston show shot in Houston she was in.
Yeah, she was living in Houston for like her. At least it was, Houston. 50 Cent is on the backside of what's going down. Houston been the second Hollywood for a minute, bro.
I don't know about that. Well, they weren't really doing no movies.
They wasn't doing movies. But everybody was living down here.
No, she was living out here because Maya was doing that show called Fifth Ward, bro.
And she was what's called doing albums.
Who?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was doing them.
She was
But
making music.
Yeah, which college she was on rap? Seymour was doing the albums, and I want to say I don't want to say was she on rap? Was she on Rap a Lot?
I don't know. She was on Rap.
I don't know. I don't think so.
She was on Rap a Lot. I think she was just down here shooting the show and making music.
She might have worked with him, but I don't think she was on Rap a Lot.
It's been a lot of people on Rap a Lot records. Like Salt was on Rap a Lot, Trex was on Rap a Lot. It's been a lot of people. Like it was a period of time when a lot of the vets hopped on Rap a Lot because Rap a Lot it's just distribution. So they would get on Rap a Lot for distribution going through Virgin Records. You know what I'm saying?
I think Rap a Lot seen from the outside, a lot of them people was disgruntled with their labels, and Rap a Lot kind of kept people off them.
Yeah, that too. Because
I know Bun B said that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That helped them out.
Yeah. Because the plan was for Rap a Lot, Murder Inc. and Death Row to do this to merge and have a distribution. What's call it? You know what I'm saying? But we know what happened with that.
That went bad. But you know what's funny? I don't know how that ever was going to work.
I think it worked.
When you look at what Suge was doing at the time, they all just had really different personalities, and I don't think Jay Prince was going to get along with neither one of them long term because he's so like strategic and laid back with it.
Mm-hmm.
Irv is like a loudmouth and he says whatever he wants. He's really, New York.
Yeah. When
it comes down to it. And no matter what anybody thinks about Prince, he still moves in a certain way.
Yeah.
He still has the old school way of moving and moving with, methodically and with purpose. And, Suge was out here doing a lot of shit that, Prince wasn't going to never be a part of. And then, Irv kind of got himself washed up when 50 Cent put them to sleep. But I don't know how that was ever going to work. There was 3 dominant personalities. I don't know how that was going to work out.